A police pursuit ends in Louisville with a crash and a man confined to a wheelchair. The chase would have been against LMPD policy, but it was a different police department behind the wheel that chased the vehicle into Louisville. The chase started on Shepherdsville Road and started in Shepherdsville on West Blue Lick Road. Shepherdsville officers then chased the driver of a motorcycle for nearly an hour before the crash on Preston Highway in Louisville. And that's right now where we find the night team's Tom Lally and photojournalist Alyssa Newton. They're live. Tom, you've been investigating this for weeks and you now have that body camera video. What does it show?
Doug, it shows the chase. You can hear officers saying over the speaker, pull over, it's not worth it, but they don't stop until they get here, where Phillips Lane meets Preston Highway. That's where an officer's vehicle from Shepherdsville Police Department was on top of the man driving the motorcycle and his motorcycle. Now, we want to warn you, this video could be difficult to watch. Going over 100 miles an hour at times, this chase ended just after 11 at night on July 12th. Corey Tucker, the man they were chasing, now under the front of a Shepherdsville police car. But why did this chase begin? An arrest citation shows Tucker was driving a motorcycle without a registration plate. Officers also said they got a tip. Someone on a stolen black motorcycle had been selling drugs. They turned on the lights and sirens and say Tucker took off.
Hey, bro, it's not worth it. Stop the bike.
It didn't stop until the crash in Louisville. Tucker screamed as officers pulled him from under the car and cuffed him. Well on scene, police learned the bike had been stolen and there were warrants out for the man's arrest.
What kind of warrant you got, my man?
Waiting for paramedics, officers asked,
Why didn't you just stop? Why didn't you just stop?
My fiance is old, you know, trying to get out there. Can you please help me move on?
No, we can't touch you.
He later went to U of L hospital with fractures in his pelvic bone, ribs, and a bone in his spine.
I hope it's a learning moment for him, is what I hope.
Shepherdsville Police Chief Rick McCubbin says while some departments have tightened their pursuit policy, Shepherdsville is not one of them.
We basically will chase anyone who doesn't stop.
He says police pursuits there are frequent and officers cross county or state lines to make an arrest. In terms of this specific incident, is there any investigation into the actions of officers that day, or was anyone placed on administrative leave?
No.
He says in accordance with policy, officers filled out the necessary paperwork and a detective sergeant reviewed that along with body camera video.
None of our policies were violated. He ran, we chased, we caught him, he went to jail. That's sort of how we do it.
Tucker is facing several charges, including fleeing police and receiving stolen property. I actually talked with him tonight and he said he's still in pain and has to use a wheelchair to get around. Live in Louisville, Tom Lally, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.